I'm Becca Forshaw. I'm life coach to women who want to create and build a life they love. I help them to realise that they have the power to achieve anything they want. So this is the Psychology's Life Leap Love Yourself First coaching programme. And it's week 3. This programme is all about how to create a more loving relationship with yourself so that then you can start to cultivate self-compassion. Because once we know how to love ourselves first, then we can create a healthier relationship with our loved ones or our future loved ones. So, are you ready? This is week 3 and it links to workbook 3. And today it's all about self-care. Here we start to think about areas that we can carve out for ourselves in order to bring a daily routine and live with more intention, which will positively impact our relationships. Most of us have patterns in our lives. Some patterns are good, but then some are patterns that we need to break because they're not helping us at all. So instead, we need to do something different. So the first question I'd like to ask yourself is, how often are you getting fresh air and doing some kind of physical activity? Because doing regular exercise is so good for so many reasons. It helps to build our confidence. It helps to reduce stress. And it just gives you time to yourself, which can have a really positive impact on your relationships. So if it's not exercise, then think about how you could create time just for you every day. I've talked in the past about my morning routine, which is, well, I call it my golden hour, and I've got into the habit of doing it most mornings. So give it a go. Try getting up half an hour early every morning for time for yourself. This time is for you. And some things you can do during that time could be going out for a brisk walk, yoga in the lounge, reviewing key priorities for the day. What about practicing thankfulness? Or have you ever tried mindfulness and visualization? If you can get into the habit of doing that for that extra time every morning just for you, even 1 or 2 or 3 of these things, then I think you'll be amazed at how energized you feel and how much more productive you are. Okay, what about moderation in your life? How satisfied are you with moderation? If not, think about what steps you could start to take to adjust that. It's the age-old word, moderation, which is often something we know we should do, but it's difficult, I know. Like we can all treat ourselves and overindulge in certain areas, but is there that one thing that perhaps needs reining in just a little bit more than you care to say? And if you did, what impact could that have on you in your life? If you got balance, then brilliant, if you've got balance already, but if not, then what small steps can you take each day to bring more moderation into your life? This is about really being honest with yourself and seeing that by taking control of that area, even if it's slowly, will bring about lots of benefits to you. Okay, number 4, overwhelm. That feeling of overwhelm. How often are you feeling overwhelmed and what's causing it? Putting some techniques in place for when you start to feel like this can cut through that feeling. I know if I feel overwhelmed, I often take myself off for a walk. Even when I've been in an office environment, then I've often taken myself off to a quiet area. And yep, even a toilet cubicle. And when I'm there, I take 3 massive deep breaths in and then let go of that feeling. It really helps. Another way to reduce overwhelm is to plan your day the night before. So write out the 5 most important things that you want to get done the next day. We often don't realise how much our feelings of stress can negatively impact those around us. Okay, number 5, a question I think more for women than men is negative chatter. How often does that little voice in your head just keep coming back? Ugh. It can be so destructive, not just to ourselves, but how we behave with others. But it really is possible to flip that negative thought into a positive one. So think about the top 10 negative thoughts that you've had most. and now rewrite them into positive ones. Keep hold of that list and read it out every single morning. Okay, what would your perfect day look like? You can think about this or write it down. Don't worry about changing it, because if I asked you again in a few months, you might have a completely different answer, and that's fine. But asking yourself this question really helps you to imagine everything that matters most to you in life. Because if it's your perfect day, then you'll be thinking about what brings you joy. As you imagine it, you can start to consider how you can actually start to make this happen. And you can start to think about what things you could change. This will help you to bring it to life, and it'll help you to move forwards towards living your perfect day more often. So, your exercise for week 3 is to journal. I want you to keep a daily journal for the next week and practice writing, but practice writing as honestly as you possibly can. And more importantly, write words of comfort and kindness for yourself. So, that concludes week 3. If you'd like to find out more about me, then you can find me at beccaforshaw.co.uk for more discussions, info and help. I'd love to hear from you, and I'll see you next week.